Hi, Bowen.
Guten Tag.
Hello.
Kia ora. My name is Laurent, this is Camille, and today we're going to take you on a sensorial journey, the meeting of the five senses. Now, as you know, around the world, restaurants now are offering degustation menu. So today we're going to take you on a sensorial degustation IT for the 21st century.
Just to let you know, in front of you, you've got a peppermint infused oshibori to refresh you. As you know, oshibori are a common practice in most Asian countries and in eating places, and that's the peppermint has the properties of antibacterial and refreshing also. Just so you know, you've got some fine New Zealand sparkling water as a water today, but if you wish, I've got some New Zealand still water as well. Anyone want some? You're happy with our sparkling water? Lovely. Attendez. C'est comme un travail.
Thank you.
Sorry. Oh, I can do that for you if you wish. Here you go. Please refresh yourself.
Now, on the little booklet, you've got all the information regarding the provenance of the food in New Zealand and the tea in Sri Lanka. Now, for the first senses, I'm going to introduce you to a chamomile spray, which should relax your senses and get you ready for the IT.
Then I will exchange.
For the first dish, we're going to introduce you with a duck with the Ceylon ginger, honey, and mint consomme, and duck leg tortellini. The duck is from Canterbury Valley, South Island of New Zealand. It is a family-run business, and they practice
Do you want me to take it
safe
away?
farming and pasture farming. And they look after from the hatching to the processing and distribution of their own product.
It's okay, good. Je vous débarrasserai.
We've added an extra tip mint on top of each tortellini just to remind you of that minty flavor that you can find in the tea. Now, the duck consomme has been done the traditional way as a consomme. It's been infused with the tea, then clarified with the egg white, and we've added some more tea into the egg white to bring back the flavor that you will lose by the clarification.
Oh, I just need to. Sorry.
Duck leg have been confit for 10 hours on a very low oven, 80 degrees, in their own fat. Then a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of jus through it, and the tortellini have been cooked in a brewed tea as well, hence the color of them.
So I'm doing an aromatic Earl Grey, which I brew for 3 minutes in a strainer, as it's a very fine tea. I put 3 teaspoons for my teapot, which is around 700 ml. Then, as you know, Earl Grey is a black Ceylon tea and fused with bergamot. It's been grown at around 2,000 feet. Change.
Thank you. Yeah. Delicious. Thank you very much. Another Earl Grey we're going to serve you after this is acting as a palate cleanser. And like you said before, we're going to take you through a degustation journey. So it will be cleanse the palate after the consommé, just to get you ready for the next course. Now we are using a fine strainer, as the grain of the tea is really, really fine. There you go. Now on your little espuma, you've got some macadamia nougatine for the crunchiness and the sweetness, and some fresh diced cucumber to remind you of the cucumber into the cocktail as well. That will give you a nice, really fresh taste into your mouth.
So the green lady, to go with the feta espuma, that's gonna bring some more floral notes. The floral note will come through the side of your mouth, while the espuma will come in the middle of your palate. Please keep the little cucumber for the hand to refresh you. So the little citrus note will cut the richness of the feta espuma, while you will get the aroma of mint, sage, and some eucalyptus also. The chai water will bring the little petillant taste to lift up the flavor also.
We suggest that you keep the cucumber to the end, just to refresh your mouth after you had the espuma and the drinks. Now, as you may know, New Zealand is known as well as Aotearoa, meaning in English, the long white cloud. And you can smell it as well. The flavor of the
The
cocktail.
infusion is made with a gentle minty green tea also.
May I?
Thank you.
I don't know if you're aware that buffalo milk has got twice the fat of the cow's milk, but half the cholesterol. It's a good alternative for dairy intolerant people as well. May I?
Thank you. Yes, please.
Is this going to be a joke? Buffalo. Yeah. I heard about that.
Talking about buffalo, the buffalo we've got in New Zealand were imported in 2007 from Australia. They started with 17 heads, and now they're running about 200 head cattle. Now we're going to move you on to the next dish, which is one of our favorite, of course. So this is salmon sashimi my way. My way. Now you've got the sashimi is made from the Ora King salmon. Now Ora King salmon is New Zealand breed. It's ocean farmed, and it's a top grade of the king salmon. It is often referred as the Wagyu of the sea. It is distributed in 250 restaurants in the world, 150 in New Zealand. It's a top grade, it's a top sashimi grade. It's got the Wagyu of the sea. It's got a really good oil content, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful fish. In the clear water of Marlborough Sound, of course. One of the most pristine water in the world.
So to go with the salmon, I'm infusing the ranouate tea, which is it's coming from Noualia Elia, which is to Celanti what champagne is to France. I'm gonna infuse it for 3 minutes, and I decide to leave the tea leaves into the teapot, and I will strain it after to make sure the leaf will expand all their flavor.
And the salmon roe on your plates are as well from the Ora King, so the Ora King salmon roe. And you got the black one, which is a lumpfish caviar, wakame on top, black and white sesame seeds, little ginger syrup, soy syrup, salmon dice, little touch of wasabi, very little, soy jelly wrapped in cucumber. The whole dish is about to put in your mouth, and you get sashimi in one bite. Enjoy.
Hop, here is the tea. So the tea has a Chardonnay and a Champagne characteristic. So you will get the aroma of sandalwood, toasted hazelnut, dry hay also. And that's gonna cut the fattiness of the salmon, and that's gonna bring some cream, more creaminess and mellow to the dish. And it's, for us, the perfect match. And ranouate tea is grown at around 6,000 feet. It's a very high elevation tea.
after is this one.
Yeah, I'll put this one now. Just to speed you up
With
very
the
quickly.
millefeuille.
Millefeuille first. Millefeuille. Il reste que 16 minutes.
La moitié, c'est bon.
I will clear that one. I will. Sorry.
Now on your food plate, we try to give you enough quantity to have at least 2 bites, so you can go with the tea and the food and the tea and the food.
Well, possibly. So no. It's the that's why I use that.
Next tea. Like that one.
It's Canadian. But it's it works with
Let's clear.
Excuse me. Je pense pas. Now the next dish to follow is the sweet dish made with the tea component. It is a traditional millefeuille, which is a French classic. Nobody really knows the origin of the millefeuille. And the custard inside is the Salmon-infused strawberry custard. You got a little Salmon-infused strawberry syrup around and some freeze-dry strawberry from Fresh As in New Zealand, another company, local company and family-owned.
Oh.
Now in this dish you will get the nice crispiness of the pastry and the creaminess of the custard, which together will combine really well. And now all food products, including dairy products, it's all organic as well, from New Zealand. And so are the eggs, free-range eggs as well. Now we are all used to have millefeuille served the other way around, sitting down flat, but apparently it's one of the new trends in France to serve it the other way around, slightly different, which allows you to see the filling inside as well. Puff pastry is a pure butter puff pastry. So for this last leg of the journey, which is a sweet item, we're going to try to take you back to our root, which is, of course, is France. I assume you knew from my language, from my accent. So we're going to take you back to some classic French dessert. And same thing, at the end of the booklet, you have origins of the desserts. As we know, a lot of French dishes are either made by mistake or they were made for someone specific or famous.
So for the next tea, I'm doing the a mulled tea based with a Medawate tea, which is has a characteristic of a Syrah. So to increase the aroma of Syrah, I add some black currant, some plum, some dry mushroom, some black pepper also. And I infused it for a few days, and just to keep it warm now. So Medawate is a tea which is grown on a mid elevation in the Sri Lankan king, so just next to Colombo.
So you infused the tea previously?
Yes, with all the spices. Yes, it has to infuse like for a couple of days. So the cocktail is designed to make you feel warm, like a nice cup of tea would do.
Now the next dish is another old classic, slightly revisited, the poire belle Hélène. Now the baby pears have been poached in the tea itself with plum juice and spices. Then it is filled with a light vanilla custard. And the chocolate sauce on top. The cream for the chocolate sauce, which is organic, has been infused with cinnamon, pepper, and bay leaf as well. And you got some little freeze-dried plum on the custard, just to remind you of the plum flavor into the mulled tea.
Please stir the cinnamon stick into your cocktail just before to try it. That was to stir the.
I'll give you an excess, it's too short.
I don't have extra. Do you? Oh, lucky. So the cocktail
Excuse
with
me, sorry guys.
the cocktail with the pear will cut the sweetness of the chocolate, and you will get the little aroma of spiciness and black pepper coming through as well. The warmness will wash out the chocolate.
La crêpe.
Attendez. Déjà, mais il reste 10 minutes. You're gonna clear? Or can you top up water for Simon?
Yes. Which one do you want? This one?
Oh yeah. So for the next dish, I'm going to do the crepes Suzette in front of you. So I'm going to do a caramel first, just plain sugars, and I will add a little bit of butter and some lemon juice. We just need to wait the sugar to melt a little bit. Then Laurent will do a digestive cocktail, as with dessert you like to have a digestive, I'm sure. It's a mocktail, and it's made with the almond-infused Salmon pico with some fresh pineapple juice, lime juice, and homemade orgeat syrup also.
8 minutes more.
Yes. So as part of the senses, you can hear the crepes being made.
Now the last dish, the crepes Suzette, will actually take through 4 different senses.
You need to clear. Put the ice.
Yes.
So I'm adding some orange juice to the sauce. Then I mixed up the caramel with the orange juice, and then I will add the crepes to soak all the sauce.
Teamwork. Now, the story about the crepes Suzette, we don't know if it's the real story, there's many of them, is that a young waiter, 14 years old, Mr. Charpentier, was doing a crepe in front of the table, and by mistake put too much Grand Marnier in the pan, started burning, and the only lady at the table was called Suzette. So hence the name of the crepes.
Lady, the only French lady was Suzette. C'est-moi un peu de temps, faut que ça réduise.
So you can put
I will put my
crepe and then finish the sauce.
No. So the cocktail is the ice cube for the cocktail are made as well with the mandarin and the marzipan tea, and I put some New Zealand saffron as well inside.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, also. Sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you very much.
Please get ready, gentlemen.
Okay, ready?
Hopefully it's gonna go.
Lights off, please.
Now we suggest that you wait to have the crepe before you
Here's the crepes.
have a sip of your drink. Now with the ice cube, as you drink and swirl it, the cube will start melting and you will get different dimension into the cocktail or the digestive.
Also being served chilled, that's gonna cool down the warmness of the crepe.
So this is the final dish and mocktail.
C'est bon. Quoi, attends.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I will go this way.
Those are the tea. I explain.
So the cocktail has been designed to be like a little bit of a noble style kind of wine that you're gonna get at the end of your dinner.
It's a digestive with no alcohol.
Yeah.